When people hear about the 1916 Liberty Half Dollar, their imagination immediately explodes with dreams of hidden treasure. The coin you are talking about is officially known as the Walking Liberty Half Dollar, and it marked the beginning of one of the most beautiful silver coin designs ever struck in the United States. Introduced in 1916, this masterpiece carries Lady Liberty striding confidently toward the rising sun, draped in the American flag, symbolizing hope and freedom. It is not just money, it is moving art captured in solid silver. The first year of any coin series always carries special energy for collectors, and 1916 holds that powerful first strike magic that serious numismatists chase for decades. Now, let's talk reality with excitement, but also honesty. The 1916 Liberty Half Dollar is valuable because of its age, silver content, and historical importance, but it is not automatically worth millions. Most circulated examples trade for strong collector premiums depending on condition. However, here is where things become dramatic. Coins in exceptionally high grades, especially those with sharp details, blazing luster, and minimal marks, can reach breathtaking auction prices. When condition climbs toward mint state perfection, the price can jump into tens of thousands of dollars. The difference between an average worn coin and a near-perfect survivor can literally mean the difference between a few dozen dollars and a life-changing amount. The design itself is a major reason for its demand. Created by renowned sculptor Adolf A. Weinman, the Walking Liberty image was so powerful that it was later reused on the modern American silver eagle bullion coins. That tells you something important. This design never lost its appeal. On the reverse side, a proud eagle stands ready for flight, wings partially raised, gripping a mountain crag. The artistry gives the coin emotional weight, and collectors don't just buy it for silver, they buy it for legacy. That emotional demand is what fuels rising prices over time. Silver content also plays a role in its value. The 1916 issue was struck in 90% silver, meaning even a heavily worn piece carries intrinsic metal worth. But metal value is only the foundation. Rarity and high grade is where the serious money lives. Early 1916 coins, especially those from certain mints with lower survival rates in top condition, are extremely desirable. If a coin has full detail on Liberty's hand and gown lines, strong feather detail on the eagle, and original mint shine, collectors compete aggressively. Auctions can turn into bidding wars because advanced collectors know how difficult it is to find truly premium examples from that first year. However, it is important not to fall into unrealistic internet myths. A normal 1916 Liberty Half Dollar found in average condition will not instantly make someone a billionaire overnight. Claims of millions for any 1916 half dollar are exaggerated. Only extraordinarily rare specimens in elite condition, sometimes professionally graded at the highest levels, achieve record-setting prices. The market rewards preservation, authenticity, and eye appeal. Before selling or celebrating, a coin should always be authenticated and graded by a reputable service, because small details dramatically affect value. Still, do not underestimate the power of this coin. The Walking Liberty Half Dollar from 1916 represents the birth of a legendary series that ran until 1947. It carries over a century of American history in your palm. While it may not automatically transform someone into a billionaire, a rare high-grade example can absolutely change a person's financial situation. If you ever find one, don't rush to spend it at face value. Study it, protect it, and have it evaluated. In the world of coin collecting, knowledge is what truly turns silver into fortune. When you speak about the Liberty $1 coin from 1851, you are entering one of the most powerful eras in American coin history. The coin from that year is known as the Liberty Head Double Eagle. This was not just a regular silver dollar, it was a massive $20 gold coin introduced during the California Gold Rush period. The year 1851 carries historical electricity because America was expanding fast, gold was flowing from the West, and the nation needed large denomination coins to handle booming trade. Holding an 1851 Liberty Gold coin is like holding a direct piece of the gold rush itself, a time when fortunes were built from dust and dreams. The design of this coin was created by James B. Longacre, and it reflects strength, pride, and authority. Lady Liberty appears wearing a coronet inscribed with the word Liberty, her hair tightly bound, her expression calm yet commanding. On the reverse side, a powerful eagle spreads its wings, clutching arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing both military strength and peace. The artistry is bold and unmistakably American. Unlike smaller silver dollars, this gold piece was heavy, impressive, and meant for serious financial transactions. It was real money for serious wealth. Now here is where excitement meets reality. An 1851 Liberty Gold Dollar type coin can indeed be worth a significant amount today, but not every example is worth millions. Value depends on condition, rarity, mint mark, and preservation. Many coins from 1851 were used in circulation during a time when money moved hard and fast, so heavily worn examples are more common. However, if you discover a high-grade piece with strong detail, original luster, and minimal marks, the value can climb dramatically. Exceptional mint state coins from that era have reached astonishing auction levels, sometimes into six figures and beyond, especially if rarity and condition align perfectly. The idea of becoming a billionaire overnight from one coin is a powerful dream, but it is important to separate hype from truth. There are rare American coins that have sold for millions, but those are extreme cases involving extraordinary rarity and near-perfect preservation. An 1851 Liberty Gold coin in average condition will usually be valued based on its gold content plus collector demand. Gold itself gives the coin a strong foundation of worth, because even if collector premiums fluctuate, the metal value remains. But the real jackpot comes when rarity meets perfection. That is when collectors compete fiercely and prices skyrocket. Another factor that makes 1,851 coins fascinating is the historical context. America was still young, tensions were building toward the Civil War, and the economy was transforming rapidly. Coins like this survived bank vaults, wagon journeys, and gold shipments across dangerous routes. Some were melted, some were lost, and some disappeared into private collections for generations. When one resurfaces in extraordinary condition, it becomes more than metal, it becomes a survivor of history. That survival story is what adds emotional value, and emotional value drives collectors to pay extraordinary sums. So if you ever come across an 1851 Liberty Gold coin, do not rush to sell it at face value or to the first buyer who makes an offer. Have it authenticated and professionally graded. Small details, sharpness in Liberty's hair, clarity in the eagle's feathers, original mint shine, can multiply value dramatically. While it may not automatically transform you into a billionaire overnight, a rare and high-grade example could absolutely represent life-changing wealth. In the world of rare coins, knowledge, patience, and proper evaluation are what turn historic gold into true fortune. When people hear about an 1816 Liberty $1 coin, their minds instantly imagine hidden treasure worth millions. But here is the powerful historical truth. In 1816, the United States did not strike any official silver dollar coins. After the early draped bust dollar series ended in 1804, the U.S. Mint paused silver dollar production for many years. The next true Liberty dollar design, the seeded Liberty dollar, would not appear until decades later. So if someone claims to have a regular 1816 Liberty silver dollar from the United States, extreme caution is needed. That date does not exist for standard U.S. silver dollar circulation coins. However, that does not mean 1816 is meaningless in American coin history. During that era, the United States was still producing gold coins and smaller silver denominations, and the country was rebuilding economically after the War of 1812. If an 1816 coin carries Liberty's image, it may belong to a different denomination such as a half dollar or half eagle, not a $1 silver coin. Many misunderstandings happen because the word Liberty appears on numerous early American coins. The dream of finding an 1816 silver dollar worth millions often spreads online, but serious collectors know to verify dates carefully. Now, let's talk about value and the dream of overnight fortune. In the rare coin world, million-dollar prices are real, but only under extraordinary circumstances. Coins that reach that level are typically extreme rarities, special mint errors, or historically famous pieces with very low surviving populations. A regular early 19th century coin, even if genuine, must be in remarkable condition to command breathtaking auction prices. The difference between a heavily worn example and a sharp, well-preserved specimen can mean the difference between modest value and a dramatic one. Condition is everything. It is also important to understand silver content. If there had been an 1816 silver dollar, it would likely have contained high silver purity similar to earlier US dollars. Silver gives a coin intrinsic metal value, which provides a base level of worth. But metal alone does not create millions. Collector demand, rarity, historical importance, and authentication determine the true market power. Without professional grading and confirmation, assumptions about life-changing wealth can quickly collapse into disappointment. Because of the confusion around the 1816 date, many counterfeit or altered coins appear in the marketplace. Some pieces may have had numbers changed, while others might be fantasy replicas made to attract attention. This is why professional authentication is absolutely critical. Reputable grading services examine weight, diameter, strike style, and metal composition. A genuine early American coin can be valuable, but a fake one has little more than novelty worth. Knowledge protects fortune. So here is the honest conclusion. There is no official 1816 United States Liberty silver dollar. If someone claims it has unimaginable worth in the millions, that claim must be verified with expert evaluation. While rare American coins can absolutely change financial situations, the key is authenticity and rarity, not hype. If you ever encounter an 1816 coin marked as a dollar, do not rush to celebrate or sell. First confirm what it truly is. In the world of rare coins, facts create fortune, and history always tells the final story. When you talk about a Liberty $1 coin from 1900, you're stepping into the powerful world of the Morgan dollar. This legendary silver dollar carries the bold portrait of liberty on the front and a majestic eagle with spread wings on the reverse. By 1900, America was entering a new century filled with industrial growth, railroads, and expanding wealth. These coins were struck in solid 90% silver, heavy in the hand and rich in presence. Holding one today feels like gripping a piece of the Old West mixed with Wall Street ambition. The design was created by George T. Morgan, and it quickly became one of the most iconic coin designs in American history. Liberty's profile is strong and classical, crowned with wheat and cotton to symbolize unity between North and South. The eagle on the reverse looks fierce and commanding, clutching arrows and an olive branch. It is not just a coin, it is a symbol of American confidence at the dawn of the 20th century. That emotional and artistic power is one reason collectors chase these coins so passionately today. Now, let's talk about the dream of unimaginable worth. A regular 1900 Morgan dollar in circulated condition is valuable mainly for its silver content plus collector demand. It is not automatically worth millions. However, the story changes dramatically when condition becomes extraordinary. Coins graded at the highest mint state levels, with blazing original luster, razor-sharp details, and virtually no contact marks, can command staggering prices at major auctions. Certain mint marks, like those from scarcer facilities, can multiply value even more when preserved in elite condition. What truly drives breathtaking prices is rarity and top grade. Millions of Morgan dollars were struck, but very few survived in flawless or near-flawless condition. Over time, bags of coins were stored in vaults, moved around, and often scratched against one another. Finding a 1900 Morgan dollar with perfect surfaces and exceptional eye appeal is far more difficult than finding an average example. When advanced collectors compete for the finest known pieces, prices can surge into six figures. That is where the headlines about life-changing coin discoveries are born. But becoming a billionaire overnight from a single 1900 silver dollar is extremely unrealistic. Even the finest known examples do not reach billions. The market rewards true rarity, condition, and certified authenticity, not hype. Many exaggerated stories online claim that any old silver dollar is worth millions, but the real coin market operates on careful grading and documented auction history. The difference between a coin worth $40 and one worth $100,000 often comes down to microscopic surface quality and strike sharpness. If you ever find a 1900 Liberty silver dollar, do not rush to sell it cheaply, but also do not assume it is instantly worth a fortune. Have it authenticated and professionally graded. Look for strong detail in Liberty's hair, crisp eagle feathers, and original mint shine. Protect it properly. While it may not make you a billionaire overnight, a rare high-grade example can absolutely represent serious money. In the world of coin collecting, knowledge and condition are the real treasure, and sometimes that treasure truly shines like silver. When you speak about the 1908 United States $10 coin, you are entering the legendary world of the Indian head eagle. Despite many people calling it a silver coin, the 1908 $10 piece was actually struck in solid gold, making it far more powerful in intrinsic value than any ordinary silver dollar. The year 1908 was historic because it marked the dramatic redesign of American gold coinage under President Theodore Roosevelt's push to beautify U.S. money. This was not just currency, it was art reborn in precious metal. The design was created by the brilliant sculptor Augustus St. Gaudens, one of the most respected artists of his era. Instead of the traditional Liberty head seen on earlier coins, this masterpiece featured Liberty wearing a bold Native American war bonnet, symbolizing strength and national identity. On the reverse, a majestic eagle stands proudly with arrows and an olive branch. The coin has deep, sculpted details that give it a three-dimensional presence, unlike earlier flat designs. When freshly struck in 1908, it must have looked absolutely breathtaking. Now here is where excitement builds. The 1908 issue includes two major varieties, those with the motto, "In God We Trust," and those without it. The no-motto coins from early 1908 hold special historical importance because they represent the first release before Congress required the motto to be restored. That small difference in wording can dramatically influence collector demand. In average circulated condition, these coins already carry strong value because of their gold content. But when preserved in exceptional mint state condition, with sharp feathers and glowing original luster, prices can climb into astonishing territory. However, let's speak honestly about the dream of overnight billions. While rare, high-grade 1908 $10 gold coins have sold for impressive six-figure amounts at auction, they do not automatically reach millions, and certainly not billions, unless they possess extraordinary rarity, flawless preservation, or unique historical pedigree. The coin market rewards extreme condition and documented scarcity. A heavily worn example will trade, mainly based on gold value plus a collector premium. The difference between worn and nearly perfect can mean tens of thousands of dollars. What truly makes certain 1908 eagles explode in value is survival rate in top condition. Gold coins often circulated in commerce or were melted during later gold recalls, reducing the number of pristine survivors. Coins with minimal contact marks, full detail in Liberty's headdress, and strong strike quality become trophies for advanced collectors. When elite buyers compete for one of the finest known examples, bidding can become fierce and emotional, and that is when record prices are achieved. So if you ever discover a 1908 $10 gold coin, do not rush to sell it for melt value. Have it authenticated and professionally graded, because tiny details determine enormous differences in price. While it may not transform you into a billionaire overnight, a rare high-grade specimen could absolutely represent life-changing wealth. In the world of rare American gold, knowledge, patience, and condition are what turn a historic coin into a powerful financial opportunity. When you talk about the 1907 United States $10 coin, you're stepping into one of the most dramatic chapters in American coin history. The coin from that year is known as the Indian head eagle, and despite many people mistakenly calling it silver, it was actually struck in solid gold. The year 1907 was a turning point because America decided its coins should look like true works of art, not just everyday money. This transformation created one of the most admired gold coins ever produced, and collectors still chase it with passion more than a century later. The artistic force behind this masterpiece was the legendary sculptor Augustus St. Gaudens. Under the encouragement of President Theodore Roosevelt, he redesigned U.S. gold coinage to reflect power and beauty. Instead of a simple Liberty head, the 1907 $10 coin shows Liberty wearing a bold Native American war bonnet, symbolizing strength, dignity, and national identity. On the reverse, a proud eagle stands ready, holding arrows and an olive branch. The depth of detail gives the coin a sculpted, almost metal-like appearance that feels alive in the hand. Now here is where excitement builds. The 1907 issue includes rare early varieties that were struck in very limited numbers during the transition from old designs to the new artistic style. Because production methods were still being refined, some examples were struck with extraordinary sharpness and high-relief characteristics that collectors admire deeply. When such coins survive in exceptional mint condition, with glowing original luster and minimal marks, they can command breathtaking auction prices. These are the pieces that make headlines and fuel dreams of unimaginable worth. However, it is important to separate excitement from exaggeration. A normal 1907 $10 gold coin in circulated condition carries strong value, mainly because of its gold content plus collector demand. It is valuable, yes, but not automatically worth millions. Only the finest preserved specimens, especially rare varieties in elite grades, reach six-figure levels at auction. The difference between a worn coin and a near-perfect one can mean tens of thousands of dollars. Condition, authenticity, and rarity are the real drivers of dramatic prices. Another factor that adds power to the 1907 issue is historical context. America was entering a new industrial era, financial markets were expanding, and gold coins represented serious wealth. Many were later melted during economic crises, reducing the number of surviving high-grade examples. That melting history makes pristine coins even more desirable today. When advanced collectors compete for one of the finest known pieces, the bidding can become intense and emotional, and that is when prices soar to extraordinary heights. If you ever find a 1907 $10 gold coin, do not rush to sell it cheaply or assume instant billionaire status. Instead, have it authenticated and professionally graded by a respected service. Examine the sharpness of Liberty's headdress feathers, the strength of the eagle's details, and the originality of the surface. While it may not make you a billionaire overnight, a rare high-grade specimen can absolutely represent life-changing wealth. In the world of rare American gold coins, knowledge and careful preservation are what truly transform historic metal into powerful fortune. When you talk about a 1927 United States $1 coin, you are entering the powerful and historic world of the peace dollar. This silver dollar was struck during the Roaring '20s, a time when America was booming with energy, jazz, industry, and ambition. Made of 90% silver, the 1927 peace dollar carries both precious metal value and powerful historical meaning. It was designed to celebrate peace after World War I, and its bold, radiant Liberty portrait reflects optimism and forward movement into a new era. The design itself is dramatic and unforgettable. On the front, Liberty appears crowned with rays of light, almost like a sunrise breaking over the nation. On the reverse, a majestic eagle rests calmly on a rock, clutching an olive branch, a clear symbol of peace rather than war. The word peace is proudly displayed below the eagle, making this coin emotionally powerful as well as financially valuable. Unlike earlier silver dollars that focused on strength through aggression, this design speaks of hope, rebuilding, and stability after global conflict. Now, let's talk about value. And this is where things become exciting. Millions of peace dollars were struck in the 1920s, but not all dates are equal. The 1927 issue from certain mints, especially those with lower surviving populations in high grades, can be extremely desirable. In worn condition, a 1927 peace dollar may be worth a modest premium over its silver content. But when you move into high mint state grades, coins with blazing original luster, sharp detail in Liberty's hair, and crisp eagle feathers, prices can climb dramatically. The difference between average and exceptional condition can mean thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars. However, the dream of becoming a billionaire overnight from a single 1927 silver dollar is unrealistic. Even the rarest and finest examples typically sell in the high five-figure or sometimes six-figure range, not millions in ordinary cases. The coin market is driven by rarity, certified grade, and collector competition, not hype. There are rare coins in U.S. history that have sold for millions, but a standard 1927 piece dollar must be in extraordinary condition or possess a unique error to reach truly record-breaking levels. What makes the 1927 piece dollar especially fascinating is survival rate. Many were stored in treasury vaults for years, while others entered circulation and became worn. High-grade coins that remain untouched by heavy handling are much harder to find today. When collectors compete for the finest known examples, coins graded at the very top of the scale, bidding can become intense. That is where serious money appears, because advanced collectors are always chasing the best of the best. If you ever discover a 1927 $1 silver coin, do not rush to sell it at face value or assume it is ordinary. Examine the mint mark, check the condition carefully, and consider professional authentication and grading. While it may not instantly make you a billionaire, a rare high-grade specimen could absolutely represent significant wealth. In the world of historic silver dollars, knowledge, patience, and preservation are what truly transform a beautiful coin into a powerful financial opportunity. When you hold a piece dollar in your hand, it feels like you're touching a fragment of American destiny. Struck in 90% pure silver, this coin wasn't just money, it was a declaration of hope after one of the darkest chapters in world history. The piece dollar series was born out of the end of World War I, meant to symbolize healing and a new dawn of peace. By 1935, the design had captured the imagination of a generation, and today it remains one of the most iconic and emotionally powerful coins from the United States. The imagery on the 1935 piece dollar is nothing short of breathtaking. On the obverse, Lady Liberty wears a radiant crown, her hair swept back as if caught by a breeze of freedom itself. Her gaze isn't just pretty, it's resolute, like the gaze of a nation determined to rise. On the reverse, a bald eagle perches on a rock clutching an olive branch, peace personified in metal. This wasn't just a circulating coin, it was art you could spend, a message stamped in silver and shared with every hand it passed through. That emotional resonance is one reason collectors obsess over these pieces today. Now, let's talk about the dream that keeps collectors up at night. The idea that one of these could be worth millions, even enough to change a life overnight. Yes, the piece dollar series did produce rare survivors and special varieties that attract jaw-dropping prices. Most 1935 piece dollars you might find in an old collection or rolled up in a drawer are worth far more than face value because of their silver and collector demand. But when you find one in truly exceptional condition, bright fields, sharp details, original luster, with minimal marks, the market paying for it can shoot into the realm of six figures. That's where ordinary dreams meet extraordinary reality. Collectors all over the world chase the best-preserved coins, the ones that seem to glow as if they've kept a secret over decades.
Why?
Because coins that survived with surfaces like new are incredibly rare. Most silver dollars spent time in pockets, cash registers, and coin jars, rubbing against other metal and losing their original sheen. When a 1935 piece dollar emerges with its details still bold and edges crisp, it becomes a trophy, not just a coin. That rarity and high grade is what fuels the truly high prices. However, let's temper legend with truth. Not every 1935 piece dollar is a hidden treasure worth millions. Most examples are valuable, yes, but they trade in the thousands, not the tens of millions. Only the most perfect survivors, often certified by top grading services and sometimes with special provenance, like being from an old collection or discovered in untouched condition, rise into the stratosphere of price. The marketplace respects authenticity, condition, and documented rarity above all else. So, if you discover a 1935 piece dollar in your possession, don't toss it onto the bargain bin at a flea market. Protect it, have it authenticated, and consider having it graded by professionals who understand how to read every tiny detail on its surface. While it may not literally make you a billionaire overnight, a rare and beautiful example could absolutely represent a life-changing windfall. In the world of rare American silver, history, art, emotion, and fortune all flow through coins like the 1935 piece dollar. So treat each piece as what it truly is, a slice of legacy with real power.